Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind, your daily boost. Tithi, Nakshatra, days of the year and important birth and death anniversaries of 30th August 2025, Saturday. Bengali date 13 ভাদ্র 1432. As per Beni Madhav Ponjika, today's Tithi is Shukla Saptami and up to 2009 hours and after that Shukla Ashtami. Today is Nakshatra, Visakha Nakshatra and up to 1332 hours and after that Anuradha Nakshatra. Today is 242nd day of the year. There are then 123 days left in 2025. Today is 35th Saturday of 2025. Today is International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearances. The International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearances, observed on 30th August every year, is dedicated to raising awareness about the global issue of enforced disappearances, where individuals are secretly abducted or imprisoned by state or non-state actors, often without acknowledgement of their fate or whereabouts. Proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in 2010, this day highlights the suffering endured by victims and their families who face uncertainty, fear, and denial of justice. It also emphasizes the need for stronger legal protections, accountability, and global solidarity to end this grave violation of human rights and to ensure truth, justice, and reparation for those affected. Today is International Whale Shark Day. International Whale Shark Day, observed on 30th August each year, is dedicated to raising awareness about the conservation of whale sharks, the largest fish in the ocean, which are classified as endangered due to threats like overfishing, bycatch, habitat destruction, and marine pollution. Established in 2008 during the International Whale Shark Conference in Isla Halbox, Mexico, the day highlights the ecological importance of these gentle giants who play a vital role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. It also calls for stronger global efforts to protect whale sharks through sustainable practices, marine conservation initiatives, and international cooperation to ensure their survival for future generations. Today is National Small Industry Day. National Small Industry Day, observed in India on 30th August every year, is dedicated to recognizing and promoting the vital role of small-scale industries (SSIs) in the nation's economic development. These industries contribute significantly to employment generations, regional balance, entrepreneurship, and exports, while also fostering innovation and self-reliance. They serve as a platform to acknowledge the challenges faced by small enterprises, such as limited access to finance, technology, and markets, and to encourage policies and initiatives that support their growth. By celebrating this day, India emphasizes the importance of strengthening small industries as the backbone of the economy and a key driver of inclusive development. Today is National Beach Day. National Beach Day, celebrated annually on 30th August in the United States, is a day dedicated to appreciating the beauty of beaches while also raising awareness about the importance of keeping them clean and preserving marine ecosystems. It encourages people to enjoy beach activities responsibly while reflecting on the critical role beaches play in supporting biodiversity, protecting coastlines, and sustaining local economies through tourism. The day also highlights the threats beaches face from pollution, overdevelopment, and climate change, calling for collective action such as reducing plastic waste, supporting conservation efforts, and practicing eco-friendly habits to ensure that beaches remain safe, clean, and enjoyable for future generations. Today is Frankenstein Day. Frankenstein Day, celebrated on 30th August each year, honors the legacy of Mary Shelley, the English author born on this day in 1797, who wrote the iconic novel Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus. The day recognizes Shelley's groundbreaking contributions to literature, as her work is considered one of the earliest examples of science fiction and a timeless Gothic classic that explores themes of ambition, creation, responsibility, and the consequences of playing with nature. Frankenstein Day also serves as celebrations of creativity, imagination, and the enduring cultural impact of both Mary Shelley and her famous creature, inspiring countless adaptations, discussions, and reflections on ethics and science. Today is National Toasted Marshmallow Day. National Toasted Marshmallow Day, celebrated in the United States on 30th August, is a fun food holiday dedicated to enjoying the sweet and gooey delight of marshmallows roasted over an open flame. Whether sandwiched between graham crackers and chocolate as a classic s'more or simply enjoyed on their own. Toasted marshmallows are a nostalgic treat often linked with camping, bonfires, and family gatherings. The day encourages people to gather outdoors, share stories, and indulge in this simple yet comforting tradition. Beyond just a tasty snack, it highlights the joy of togetherness and the warmth of shared experiences around the fire. Today is Amagunia Day. Amagunia Day, observed on 30th August, celebrates the beloved South African street food known as amagunia or vetkoek, a golden deep fried bread that is crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. Enjoyed plain or with a variety of fillings such as mince, polony, cheese, or sweet spreads like jam, Amagunia is more than just a snack. It is a symbol of comfort, culture, and togetherness. This day highlights the dish's humble origins, its role in everyday South African life, and the joy it brings to communities by uniting people through a shared love for this simple yet satisfying treat. Today is National Slinky Day. National Slinky Day, celebrated on 30th August, honors the iconic toy that has delighted children and adults alike for generations with its mesmerizing ability to walk down stairs and perform endless tricks. Invented in the 1940s, and the Slinky became a cultural classic symbolizing creativity, playfulness, and the magic of simple engineering. On this day, people celebrate by revisiting childhood memories, sharing fun of Slinky with younger generations, and appreciating how much a simple coil of metal or plastic continues to inspire joy, curiosity, and imaginations across the world. Today is National Grief Awareness Day. National Grief Awareness Day, observed on 30th August, is dedicated to recognizing the impact of loss and the importance of supporting those who are grieving. Founded by author and grief specialist Angie Cartwright, the day encourages open conversations about grief, helping to break the silence and stigma often surrounding it. It reminds us that grief is a natural and personal journey and offers an opportunity to show compassion, provide comfort, and raise awareness about the resources available for healing. By acknowledging grief, this day emphasizes the value of empathy and understanding in helping individuals cope with loss. Today is historic space flight by Guion S. Bluford Jr. On August 30, 1983, Guion S. Bluford Jr., an aerospace engineer, US Air Force officer, and a NASA astronaut, made history by becoming the first African American to travel into space. Flying aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger on mission STS-8, Bluford served as a mission specialist, helping to deploy an Indian communications satellite and conducting important experiments in biomedical and material sciences. His achievement marked a groundbreaking moment in space exploration, breaking racial barriers and inspiring generations of underrepresented communities to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Bluford went on to fly three more shuttle missions, contributing significantly to NASA's space program. His historic flight not only expanded opportunities for diversity in space but also cemented his legacy as a trailblazer in aerospace history. Today is International Cosplay Day. International Cosplay Day, observed on the last Saturday of August each year, is a global celebration of the art of cosplay where fans dress up as their favorite characters from anime, manga, comics, video games, movies, and more. The day highlights creativity, craftsmanship, and self-expression as cosplayers showcase their skills in costume making, makeup, and performance while connecting with fellow enthusiasts. It also emphasizes the sense of community and inclusivity within fandoms, bringing people together across cultures and countries to share their passion. International Cosplay Day not only honors the dedication of cosplayers but also encourages appreciation of the diverse stories and characters that inspire them. Today is death anniversary of Miss Turu Dutt, 4th March 1856 to 30th August 1877. Turu Dutt was a pioneering Indian poet, novelist, and translator who wrote in English and French, leaving behind an extraordinary literary legacy despite a tragically short life. Born in Bengal to a progressive Christian family, she was exposed to Western education and literature, which deeply influenced her writing. Turu's works reflect a blend of Indian themes and European literary traditions, making her one of the greatest voices of Indian writing in English. Her collection, A Sheep Gleaned in French Fields, showcased her remarkable translations of French poetry, while ancient ballads and legends of Hindustan revived Indian mythology through lyrical expression. She also wrote a French novel, Le Journal de Mademoiselle d'Arvers, earning recognitions in France as well. Often compared to Keats for her youthful brilliance, Turudat is remembered as a bridge between cultures, celebrating both her Indian heritage and global literary vision. Her contributions established her as a forerunner of modern Indian English literature, inspiring generations of writers after her. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Kanailal Datta, 30th August 1888 to 10th November 1908. Kanhailal Datta was a young Indian revolutionary associated with the Jugantar group who became a symbol of courage in the struggle against British colonial rule. Born in Chandarnagar, Bengal, he was inspired by the rising spirit of nationalism and joined the freedom movement at a very young age. He is best remembered for his daring act inside Alipur jail, where he assassinated the approver Narendranath Goswami, who had betrayed fellow revolutionaries during the Alipur bomb case trial. Along with Satyendranath Bose, Kanhalal carried out the mission fearlessly, knowing the consequences that awaited him. Arrested and tried, he was sentenced to death and executed at the age of just 20, displaying remarkable composure and patriotism until the very end. His martyrdom stirred nationalist fervor and inspired countless youths to join the freedom struggle. Though his life was brief, Kanhailal Datta remains immortal in India's history as a fearless fighter who laid down his life for the nation's independence. Today is death anniversary of Sir Joseph John J.J. Thomson, 18 December 1856 to 30th August 1940. Sir Joseph John J.J. Thomson was a renowned British physicist best known for his discovery of the electron, which revolutionized the understanding of atomic structure. Born in Chitham Hill, Manchester, he studied at Owens College and later at Trinity College, Cambridge, where he would spend much of his academic career in 1897. Through his experiments with cathode rays, he demonstrated that atoms are not indivisible, but instead contain smaller negatively charged particles, electrons. thus challenging Dalton's atomic theory. He also proposed the plum pudding model of the atom, suggesting that electrons were embedded in a positively charged sphere. A brilliant teacher, Thomson mentored several students who went on to become Nobel laureates, including Ernest Rutherford, awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1906 for his work on the conduction of electricity through gases. He left a profound impact on modern physics. Beyond his discoveries, he also served as the Cavendish Professor of Experimental Physics at Cambridge, guiding groundbreaking research whose contributions laid the foundations for atomic and quantum physics, earning him a lasting place in scientific history. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Ernest Rutherford, 30th August 1871 to 19th October 1937. Ernest Rutherford, often called the father of nuclear physics, was a New Zealand-born physicist whose groundbreaking experiments transformed the understanding of atomic structure. After studying at the University of New Zealand, he moved to Cambridge and later McGill University, where his research on radioactivity earned him international acclaim. In 1908, he won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his investigations into the disintegrations of elements and the chemistry of radioactive substances. His most famous contribution came with the gold foil experiment 1911, which proved that atoms consist of a dense central nucleus surrounded by electrons. Overturning J. J. Thomson's palm pudding model, Rutherford also classified alpha, beta, and gamma radiation and was the first to achieve the artificial transmutations of one element into another. As a mentor, he guided great scientists like Niels Bohr and James Chadwick, shaping the course of modern physics. Later, he became director of the Cavendish Laboratory of Cambridge, where further atomic breakthroughs were made under his leadership. His pioneering work laid the foundations for nuclear science and the development of atomic energy, ensuring his place as one of history's most influential physicists. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Nihar Ranjan Ray, 14th January 1903 to 30th August 1981. Nihar Ranjan Ray was a distinguished Indian historian, scholar, and academic widely respected for his profound contributions to the study of Indian art, culture, and history. Born in Bengal, he pursued higher studies in history and earned his doctorate from the University of Calcutta, later establishing himself as a leading authority on Indian civilization. His seminal work, Bangali Itihas Adiporvo, remains a classic, offering deep insights into the early history of Bengal and its cultural evolution. Ray also made remarkable contributions to the study of Indian art, particularly Buddhist and Hindu iconography, and served as the director of the National Museum in New Delhi. As an educationist, he held significant academic positions, including Vice Chancellor of Visva University, where he carried forward Rabindranath Tagore's vision of holistic education. A man of letters, he also engaged in literary criticism and cultural studies, enriching Bengali intellectual discourse, honored with the Padma Bhushan for his scholarly achievements. Niranjan Ray is remembered as a towering figure in Indian historiography. His works continue to inspire researchers and students of history, culture, and the arts. Today is birth anniversary of Sir John Richard Nicholas Stone, 30th August 1913 to 6th December 1991. Sir John Richard Nicholas Stone was a British economist and Nobel laureate, celebrated as a pioneer in the development of national income accounting. Born in London, he studied law and economics at Cambridge under John Maynard Keynes, whose influence shaped his career in economic measurement and policy. During World War II, Stone worked with the British government, helping to create systematic methods for compiling national income and expenditure statistics, which later became the foundations for modern economic planning. His most significant contributions was the development of a comprehensive system of national accounts, enabling governments to better analyze and manage their economies. In 1984, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics for his innovative work in creating these models of economic processes. Stone also served as a professor at Cambridge, where he mentored many future economists and continued refining his analytical methods. His meticulous approach combined theory with practical application, making economics with more empirical and policy oriented. Remembered as the father of national accounting, Sir Richard Stone's legacy continues to shape global economic analysis and decision making. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Edward Mills Purcell, 30th August 1912 to 7th March 1997. Edward Mills Purcell was an American physicist whose groundbreaking contributions significantly advanced modern science, particularly in the fields of nuclear magnetism and astrophysics. Born in Illinois, he studied at Purdue University and later earned his PhD from Harvard, where he spent much of his career. In 1945, along with his colleagues, Purcell discovered nuclear magnetic resonance, a technique that revolutionized physics, chemistry, biology, and medicine, eventually leading to the development of MRI technology. For this discovery, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1952. Beyond NMR, Purcell made important contributions to radio astronomy, including the detection of the 21 centimeter hydrogen line, which allowed scientists to map the structure of the Milky Way galaxy. He was also known as an inspiring teacher at Harvard, influencing generations of physicists. His clarity of thought and deep curiosity made him a respected figure in both research and education. Through his pioneering work, and Purcell left an enduring impact on both fundamental and science and the practical applications that benefit humanity today. Today is a birth anniversary of Mr. Theodore Swedberg, 30th August 1884 to 25th February 1971. Theodor Swedberg was a Swedish chemist and Nobel laureate best known for his pioneering research on colloids and macromolecular chemistry. Born in Gävle, Sweden, he studied and later worked at Uppsala University, where he carried out on groundbreaking experiments that advanced the understanding of dispersed systems. His most significant achievement was the invention of the ultracentrifuge, which allowed the study of large molecules like proteins and nucleic acids by measuring their sedimentation rates. This innovation provided crucial insights into the physical properties of biological macromolecules and laid the foundations for modern biochemistry and molecular biology. In recognition of his contributions, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1926 for his work on system, colloidal systems. The unit Swedberg is used to describe sedimentation rates of macromolecules such as ribosomal subunits was named in his honor. As both a researcher and a teacher, he played a vital role in shaping India's chemistry and biochemistry in the 20th century. His legacy endures through the tools and concepts introduced, which remain central to molecular science today. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Jacobus Henricus van 't 30th August 1852 to 1st March 1911. Jacobus Henricus van 't was a Dutch physical chemist and the first recipient of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1901. Recognized for his groundbreaking work on chemical dynamics and osmotic pressures, born in Rotterdam, he studied chemistry in Utrecht, Bonn, and Paris before becoming a professor at the University of Amsterdam. Van 't is celebrated for introducing the concept of chemical affinity and for its pioneering research in stereochemistry, proposing the tetrahedral structure of the carbon atom, which revolutionized organic chemistry. His studies on, on rates of reaction, chemical equilibrium, and osmotic pressure provided a theoretical foundations for understanding solutions and paved the way for modern physical chemistry. He also made important contributions to geochemistry, studying salt deposits and their formation. A brilliant theoretician, Van Tops combined mathematics with experimental observations, bridging gaps between chemistry and physics. His ideas greatly influenced the development of thermodynamics and the molecular chemistry. Today he is remembered as a visionary scientist whose insights reshaped, our, reshaped the chemical sciences and established principles that remain fundamental to chemistry. Today is birth anniversary of Miss Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, 30th August 1797 to 1st February 1851. Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley was an English novelist, short story writer, and essayist, best known as the author of Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, 1818, a groundbreaking work of Gothic fiction and other science fiction. Born in London to the feminist philosopher Mary Wollstonecraft and political thinker William Godwin, she grew up in a highly intellectual environment. At just 18, she began writing Frankenstein during a summer in Geneva with her future husband, the poet Percy Bysshe Shelley, and Lord Byron, producing a story that explored themes of ambition, creation, and responsibility. Beyond Frankenstein, she wrote several other novels, including The Last Man and The Valparga, as well as travel writings, biographies, and essays. After Percy Shelley's death, she devoted herself to preserving and publishing his works while continuing her own literary career. Her writing often reflected her engagement with romantic ideals, political thoughts, and questions of human nature. Despite the challenges she faced as a woman writer in the 19th century, Mary Shelley secured her place in literary history. She is remembered today as a pioneer of science fiction and profound voice in English Romanticism. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Naguib Mahfouz Abdelaziz Ibrahim Ahmed Al Wasa, 11 December 1911 to 30th August 2006. Naguib Mahfouz Abdelaziz Ibrahim Ahmed Al Wasa was a celebrated Egyptian novelist and Nobel laureate, widely regarded as one of the most influential writers in modern Arabic literature. Born in Cairo, he spent much of his life drawing inspirations from the city's streets, culture, and peoples, which became central themes in his works. Over a career spanning more than 70 years, he authored over 30 novels and hundreds of short stories, plays, and essays. His most famous work, the Cairo trilogy, Palace Walk, Palace of Desire, and Sugar Street, masterfully depicted Egyptian family life and social life across generations. In 1988, he became the first Arab writer to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, recognized for his rich narratives and deep exploration of the universal human struggles. Mahaprabhu often tackled themes of tradition, modernity, identity, and political change, making his work both culturally specific and globally resonant. Despite facing controversy and even an assassination attempt for his bold ideas, he remained committed to his craft. Today he is remembered as the voice of Egypt and a towering figure in world literature. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Wilhelm Karl Werner Otto Friedrich Franz Wien, 30th January 1864 to 30th August 1928. Wilhelm Karl Werner Otto Friedrich Franz Wien was a German physicist renowned for his groundbreaking contributions to the study of black body radiation and electromagnetic theory. Born in Gapkin, East Prussia, he studied under prominent scientists like Hermann von Helmholtz, who shaped his career in theoretical and experimental physics. Wien is best remembered for formulating Wien's displacement law in 1893, which describes the relationship between the temperature of a black body and the wavelength at which it emits radiation most intensely, a principle fundamental to quantum theory and astrophysics. His research also extended to the study of cathode rays, X-rays, and the canal rays, deepening the understanding of atomic and subatomic particles. For his pioneering work on thermal radiation, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1911. When also held several academic positions, influencing the growth of modern physics in Germany. His contributions paved the way for Max Planck's quantum theory, bridging classical and modern physics. Remembered as a brilliant physicist, Wern's laws and insights remain cornerstones in thermodynamics and quantum mechanics. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Mikhail Sergeyevich Gorbachev, 2nd March 1931 to 30th August 2022. Mikhail Sergeyevich Gorbachev was a Soviet statesman and reformist leader, best known as the last General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, serving from 1985 until its dissolution in 1991. Born in Privolnoye, Russia, he rose through the party ranks with reputations for pragmatism and innovation. Gorbachev introduced landmark reforms such as glasnost, openness, and perestroika restructuring, aiming to modernize the Soviet economy and promote greater political freedom. His policies also eased Cold War tensions, leading to nuclear arms reduction treaties and improved relations with the West. Awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1990, he was recognized for his role in ending the Cold War without major conflict. However, his reforms also weakened central control, fueling nationalist movements and contributing to the Soviet Union's collapse. After resigning in 1991, he remained active in global peace and humanitarian activities, though opinions on his legacy vary within Russia and abroad. Gorbachev is remembered as a pivotal figure and reshaped world figures on the late 20th century. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Michael James Jackson, 27th March 1942 to 30th August 2007. Michael James Jackson was a British writer and journalist, internationally recognized as one of the foremost authorities of beer and whiskey. Born in Leeds, England, he developed a passion for travel and beverages, which he combined into a distinguished career as a drinks writer. His seminal book, The World Guide to Beer, 1977, introduced readers to the diversity of global beer styles and played a pivotal role in sparking the craft beer movement worldwide. He later wrote The World Guide to Whiskey and the hosted television such series such as The Beer Hunter, further popularizing his expertise. Known for his engaging style and encyclopedic knowledge, Jackson championed traditional brewing and distilling methods at a time when they were being overshadowed by mass production. He received numerous awards for his contributions, including recognitions from brewing and distilling associations. Beyond beverages, he was also an accomplished travel and cultural writer, fondly remembered as the beer hunter. Michael Jackson's legacy continues to influence brewers, distillers, and enthusiasts across the world. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Seamus Justice Heaney, 13th April 1939 to 30th August 2013. Seamus Justin Heaney was an acclaimed Irish poet, playwright, and translator celebrated as one of the greatest literary voices of the 20th century. Born in County Derry, Northern Ireland, he grew up in a rural Catholic farming family, experiences that deeply influenced the imagery and classics of his poetry. His first collections, Death of a Naturalist, 1966, established him as a powerful new voice, blending personal memory with broader cultural and political reflections. Over the decades, Hein's work explored themes of identity, history, conflict, and reconciliation. After particularly against the backdrop of troubles in Northern Ireland. His translation of Beowulf 1999 was widely praised for its freshness and accessibility. Awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1995, he was recognized for his lyrical beauty, ethical depth, described by the Swedish Academy as someone who created works of lyrical beauty and ethical depth, which exerts everyday miracles and the living past. A beloved teacher and public intellectual, he inspired generations of readers with his humility and humanity. Today he is remembered as Ireland's poet of the people, whose words continue to resonate worldwide. Your daily dose of wisdom ends here, but the journey never stops. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, subscribe and share.